So today we are learning on differentiation equations. Differentiation equations. And if you can check, there we have our equation on top. On top there. We have our equation on top. This is our equation. Yeah, it is our equation. Here it is our equation. We have 1 plus x squared. Then the thing that we have to do right here, we have to separate, we have to take minus 2x y to the other side of equation. And after, when you have taken to the other side, you have to separate because it is a separable function. It is a separable function. Then after separating y into dy side, x to dx side, what you have to do is to now introduce integral sign. And after you introduce the integral sign, you check here our 1 over y. When you differentiate y, you get 1, which means it's ln y. And here many people they get confused when they see 2x 1 over 1 plus x squared. Many people they get confused here. So the thing that you have to check is that when you differentiate 2x, when you differentiate x squared, the denominator, when you differentiate x squared, you are going to get 2x, which means you are getting the numerator. That on its own, it makes you to have ln open brackets, the denominator, and close bracket, plus c. And you have to make y subject of the formula, and by that you have to introduce e. That's where now, when if you can check at the top here, at the top I wrote e exponent ln y equals to e exponent ln open bracket 1 plus x squared close bracket plus e exponent c. So e is going to cancel ln. Then we are going to have y. And if you can check there on top, I said the e exponent c equals to a. Yes, therefore, this is our last answer that we are going to have. This is our answer. If they ask you to differentiate general solution, let's now look at the other one. Let us look into another problem. Let us look at the other problem. There is another problem that I have. There is another problem that I have, and I believe it's going to be helpful. Here is the other problem. Boom! There it is. There it is. Yes, then you can see our problem that we have here. On top there, it is an equation that you are given to solve. It's a general solution. You have to find why. You have to find why. So what we are going to check is that is it a separable equation or not? So if it is not separable equation, we are going to use integrating factor. But this equation, it is separable. It is separable function. So we are going to take y to the side of dy, and we are going to take 1 plus x squared to the side of x squared. So now you can see we have y on the other side and x on the other side, on the right hand side. Then here is where now we introduce the integral sign. That's where we introduce the integral sign, both sides. But there is something about this type of equation that I'm going to show you. Then after you introduce your integral sign, you can check that when you integrate the left hand side of y, it doesn't give you problem. It doesn't give you problem. But the moment where you want to integrate the right hand side, it is where you have a problem. Why? Because it is a partial differentiation. You have to decompose the equation. That's when now we introduce partial decomposition. And if you have 1 plus x squared underneath, which means you're going to have ax plus b over the denominator equals to the equation that is inside the integral. And you have to multiply both sides by the denominator. You multiply both sides by the denominator. Then after you multiply both sides by denominator, you see you are going to have ax plus b equals to x squared. and we come here, we say let x equals to 1, then you substitute your 1 into x. You substitute your 1 into x, then you're going to have 1 plus b equals to 1. Then the next thing that we are going to do is let x equals to 0. And when x equals to 0, we get b, which our b is 0. And we take 0, the b1, we substitute it with in our first equation. In our first equation. The, then when we substitute it at our first equation, we are going to get a equals to 1. So now we have a and we have our b. Then when we have that, we go back and substitute b and a into our partial differentiation where we decomposed initially. Then after that, we take it back, we put it in, and you see our b is 0, so we are going to have x over 1 plus x squared. Then here there is a problem. A lot of people they've challenging because they when they differentiate the bottom 1 plus x squared, they don't get the denominator. But when you integrate x squared, you're going to get 2x, which means you just have to add 2. You have to add 2 on the numerator, which is going to give you 2x, which means you will have 2x over 1 plus x squared. You will have x squared. You will have x squared then after that, you as we if let's us go on top, we have already integrated our 1 plus y, which is ln y. Then here we are able now to integrate, which is gonna give us ln open bracket 1 plus x squared close bracket plus c. So this is our last answer. Please make sure you subscribe. There it is. Make sure you subscribe. We are going to be doing mechanics right now. We are doing mechanics. The questions of the quiz that people in Northwest they'll be writing. Yes, thank you.